Hello and welcome back to the channel. We are here at the Classy Cat Tiny today. Um, I have been to the store and I can finally say that my saw setup is now complete, so I now have my battery operated saw. I'm going to test it out today and see how it works, but I am very excited to use it and a little nervous. I've never used a saw before, and I've always been kind of nervous whenever hearing my dad use his table saw, but it should be fine. So with that being said, I can finally finish the bathroom door and hopefully get the trim pieces in and everything like I want so that I can finally stain it and then hang it. I'm also going to finish up the soffits since I did start that last week. Um, I think that's all I have really planned, but I am very excited to get back to the door. Also, along with my battery, I guess my complaint from last time was kind of heard in spirit, but I got a free tool with my battery, so I am pretty excited about that. So here she is, my new router. I already have another router, but I want to take that router and build a router table for it. So stay tuned for that video. I might do that in the very near future. But I wanted to get a smaller router for littler things, and I also needed a router that would be easier to hold in my hands for when I go to do windows and whatnot, because I will need a router to cut out windows. So this might be it. Um, so I got to do the door, router, well, not router, door, um, soffits, and I think that's it. Um, I also have been I was out here yesterday. I didn't get to record any video or anything because I came out here ridiculously late. But I did come out to look at my lemongrass, and they're actually doing very, very good. The ones in the front, anyways, like the ones I put around the porch and the very front, are doing okay. I did express my concerns about the ones in the back to my mom, and she said that they'll be fine because lemongrass tends to come back like that. So I'm pretty confident it'll be okay. It's just in a shadier spot, and that's probably why it looks just a little crazy. It's also overcast today, and I'm not sure if it's going to rain. I did water them yesterday and again a little bit today, so if it does rain, then huzzah. If not, they'll be fine. So anyways, I think that's enough yapping for today. Let's get to it. Alrighty, so we are here back in the bathroom. It is a bit darker back here, so I don't know how well the camera's going to record back here, but I'm going to cover up these three soffits right here and maybe see if I can get the ones over the stairs. If I can't, that's fine. I know I won't be able to get the kitchen area yet because getting stuff back there with all of the wood in the middle of the house will be kind of irritating, so I won't bother with that. Um, Let me knock out these soffits real quick and go from there. I did pre-cut a lot of them last time, so hopefully I can kind of fly through this. That's not the piece I want to cut. Well, not cut. Staple up. Okay. I need my broom. I was originally looking for the hand. This will do. not exactly surprised there's so many spiders in here, because of course spiders getting practically everywhere. I just can't wait for this to be finished out more so I can keep spiders out easier. Also, I was going to block out the framing for the bathroom door a little bit more, but I'm thinking that maybe, I don't know if I can, but maybe if I can't even it out, I can, nah, I'm gonna block it out. I'll block it out. Because the bottom fits perfectly, that's why I'm so confused. The bottom fits perfectly, but the top, she's a bit of work. So I'll just have to see. It might just be because the boards are warped, but I'll have to see. Because if I have to just, like, temporarily fix it like that, I will. If I have to redo the walls, I will be upset, I won't lie. But I won't be too disappointed, because now I'll have the circular saw to make the more appropriate cuts, I suppose. And hopefully the bathroom door won't be so warped looking, but I don't think it'll matter too much. It's not like a what's the word I'm looking for? It's not a structural wall to a degree. Like, it's not a load bearing wall. So if it's a little warpy, it's fine as long as the walls are straight to each other and whatnot. I don't really mind. Honestly, the first wall I put in, this long wall, is probably the only one that's okay. It's probably really the doorway that needs to be fixed, but we'll see. So let me get to it. Hello. So there's no soffit in this back corner, which kind of surprises me. So let's move up. That's surprising. And if that's like that on that side, then that means the other side definitely doesn't have soffit in that corner either. How strange. Ooh. I'm also pretty happy because I'm out here pretty early today. So hopefully I can get a lot knocked out while I'm here. In all honesty, I'm just genuinely praying that the staple gun does not jam on me, because that would not be cash money. Okay, let me get to the other one. I'm gonna have to stand on the toilet for that one because it's right over the toilet. Like I said, it's not very bright in the bathroom area, so I did bring some of my lights to kind of brighten the space up, but I don't know if it really makes a big difference. Bam. Okay. I have a lot of junk sitting on top of the toilet. Some of this is just going to have to stay. I'm not moving all of that. Okay. I have to admit, this is probably the soffit I was most concerned with getting at because I'm pretty sure I've been having wasp or something come through here. So if that's the case, grand. I think I may have found a way to stop them. Hopefully. All right. All right. I don't think I can reach those on the toilet. So those will just have to wait till later. Most things I do not feel like moving all these boxes today in this video. So I'll save it for another video or something later. Okay. So I think my next step is going to be actually blocking that wall up so that I can just get that out of the way. Alrighty, so the door is outside of the bathroom. The door is outside of the bathroom because I miscalculated and forgot that with the addition of the trim pieces on the door technically does not fit. So I still gotta sand down the sides of the door at least an eighth of an inch on both sides. So really a fourth of an inch all the way down all around. Or yeah, either that or maybe a half an inch. I don't know. I'll see how well that goes. But I'll basically be sanding the door down till it fits. And that will have to be for another video because I did not bring the sander with me today because I had no intention of actually hanging the door. So I'm just going to finish up the door to the best of my ability. I will raise it up off of the floor, and I might take it to like the porch, perhaps, to stain it. I'll have to see, or I'll just like borrow one of my dad's things. I don't know yet. Borrow something to put the door on so that I can I should have put that at an angle. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Am I right? Yeah, that's the best I'm gonna get. It doesn't matter. But I'll probably borrow something that I can like hang the door off of so that it's more easy to stain it without completely ruining anything. And even if I don't find anything and just bounce it on the porch, that'll be fine. You shouldn't be coming out that easy. I wasn't ready for you. Okay. Liquid nails was ready before I was. That probably means that this poor tube was hot. So let's get to putting some of these pieces down. The ones on the edges should be easiest. Hopefully I'll get some of the pressure off of this. And then I'll get the one in the middle. And then we cut side pieces. Let's not get liquid nails on my phone. Alrighty, so outside with my most favorite cutting area. I do have the saw set up and everything. This will be my first time using it, so I'm going to cut the trim piece for the door, the top portion, first, and then I'm going to cut the littler pieces for the to complete the trim on the side, because there's still a little bit of gaps where the other pieces won't reach the top. And then I will cut the small trim pieces for the door. So, whoo, I'm gonna get my ruler and then we'll get to it. I also did a few test runs with the saw to see how loud it is. It's actually not as loud as I thought it was gonna be, but still, just in case, I have my hearing protection on, so it doesn't freak me out as bad. I know how to hold it. I did a few test runs and everything, like I said, so let's get to it. The additional trim pieces are in. I had to sand these two down to fit, so they are tight to the door, and that's okay. I got to dust off the door and whatnot because I just decided to sand it in here, and that may have been a mistake on my part, but oh well, we're here now. I'm going to flip the door around. I have 3 more pieces that I can kind of use for this, and I'll use those so I don't have to cut as much wood. Cut the remaining trim pieces, and I will actually probably like remeasure those pieces so I know they fit well. And then the door trim will be complete until these pieces, and I might do these today. I'm not sure yet. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Ooh. I'll have to do some measurements for that too. And I think I gotta cut them at 45s. So, holy cow. I'm sitting here breathing in sawdust this whole time, so that's definitely not good for my health, but I'm here now. I'm very happy with how this looks. There are some gaps here and there that I'm just going to fill in with wood filler and just sand the whole door down after that's done. I might actually try to do that now. I don't know. I think I'll wait until the liquid nails dries, and then I'll hit it with wood filler, because wood filler seems to dry ridiculously fast too. And then I will sand the entire door down, and then we can stain it. So it will not be hung today, but I'll at least get certain pieces. Yeah, it won't be done today, but at least get the door itself done. And then we'll see about its fancy trim. I'm not sure. I might try one piece and see how it goes. Because if it doesn't turn out, then I can always buy more. I hope Lowe's has replaced those pieces, because I need those pieces specifically for not only this door but the remaining door. I use for this to calculate how much I will actually need for the other doors that I make, and that'll also give me an idea of how expensive it was to build these doors. So far, just to build this door in particular, without counting in the excess wood I had to buy to replace certain mess ups, it was about $125 and some change. So that's actually not too bad compared to the price of doors usually, or even custom doors this size, because this is a 24-inch door, and I think it's only 72 inches tall. Yeah, 72. So most doors only, at least the ones I've been looking for, are at 80 inches, and I needed something shorter than that since I have a smaller house, and I did the framing smaller. So there's that. Also, the door trim piece, the top plate, actually fits perfectly, but now I'm debating if I want to actually trim that piece out at the top or leave that gap, fill it in with some like what's the word? Blocker pieces, I'm not sure. And maybe just nail it in at the top where it is. I'm debating, because I actually kind of like how that looks. But I gotta see how tall it is off the floor first, and if it's not too short, we'll see. But I think I need to raise it up anyways, because if the door is 72, it needs to be at least a couple inches off the ground to account for flooring, and I needed to have a little bit of a gap from the floor so it isn't dragging on the floor. So I'll probably just still nail it up anyways and save myself the trouble, and then just cut the excess pieces that I need. So we'll probably do that. I was actually planning for a longer day out here anyways because I got up early. Hawks fell back, so I got an extra hour of sleep, which means I definitely got out here earlier than normal. So if I still have time, I might try to start the process of sealing around the baseboards, and I'll probably do that next week as well. So I could probably start it today and then just finish it next week. I think that's it. So let me flip this door, put in these extra pieces, see, measure out the remaining pieces so I can cut them out and fit them into the door. And then I think that'll be it for me today because I don't have anything else to do quite yet. Yeah. So let's get to that. I'm gonna take this off because boy, oh boy. All right. Alrighty, door has been flipped. I actually finished the trim in the bathroom door, so I'm actually very happy with how that looks. I'm not going to nail the top piece on. It's sitting in there right now, but I'm not going to nail the top piece on until later because I need shims to make sure that it sits level with the sides and whatnot. And I need that part to be as level as possible. So I'm not going to nail that part in until I get some shims later. Taking a little, little break to recover from that. I don't know why I was ever scared of my saw. I should apologize to it. I should be more scared of my hammer because I definitely smacked the tar out of my thumb. Not going to show you guys, but it's definitely bruised and it's definitely throbbing right now. So I'm going to take a little bit of time to try and let that calm down because yikes. And then I will get these last few pieces of the door in. I'll probably save the fancy trim for later. Yeah, I'll probably save the fancy trim for later. Once I learn to work the saw a little better so I can do those 45-degree cuts diagonal or whatnot. Oh my god. And then I will glue in those last few pieces. And I'll probably just move the door back into the bathroom for now after that. I did put in wood filler on the other side. I haven't shown you guys. I'll show you guys probably next week. But I did put the wood filler in. And it actually looks really good. So for the pieces that I kind of want to look solid, and it's really just going to be those long skinny pieces in the door, I will put wood filler in to try and make those look more solid. And then after that is dry, I'll sand it a little bit. If I can do that today. If not, I'll just save it for when I do the big sanding next week, and then we will fit the door in. So hopefully that all goes well. I have enough scrap wood or scrap pieces that are probably tall enough that I can bounce the door on to kind of get it into place so I can finally hang it. So next week I'll probably be hanging the door, but we will see. So yeah, let me take a little break because boy is my thumb throbbing right now. I did not mean to smack it as hard as I did, but it definitely hurts. So I will bring you guys back once the door is touched up. All right. I don't know if my recording audio was on. Like, I don't know if I had my mic on earlier, because I didn't realize I had it off till like right before I started this last clip. So hopefully it won't sound like horrible garbage later, but that'll be okay. Um, all the excess pieces are on. I'm going to grab the wood filler so that I can fill in any of these cracks. Because really it's just these two that have the biggest cracks, and then I'll just fill in some of those little cracks over here. But that's all of the holes filled in on the door. And then I'll be using my fancy trim. Oh my god, I forgot it's long. I'll be using the fancy trim in the inside pieces, and I might just measure that out to see what it looks like. I don't know, because it is almost 3 o'clock for me. Woo! So I'm gonna clean up some of my tools and then seal up some of these cracks, and then I'll see about using my trim pieces, but I may save them for next week, like I said, so I can get better at learning my saw. Or free-handed, who knows? That's how I did the other stuff, and it seemed to work out fine. We'll get up there. Yeah. Alright. I don't know if this liquid nails container is going to stay with me much longer. It's been leaking, and I don't know if it's from pressure or being old or whatnot. I just opened it today. You guys saw that. So I don't know why it's so leaky. But anyways, let's get the wood filler, fill up these cracks, and then I think I'll call it a day. Yeah. I might try to save that liquid nails, but I don't know what I would. Well, no. I would probably save it for the door trim. So we'll have to see how that goes. Yeah. I might freehand it anyway today, just to get it over with. But I know that if I get ahead of myself and put the fancy trim on now, and then go to sand the door, I won't be able to sand the door as easily with the electric sander without completely ruining the trim. So I need to slow my roll and wait, because I'm confident I have an idea of how I can do the door trim pieces, the angles they need, and not mess it up. So let's try to stay there. Alrighty, so the camera didn't want to focus and I didn't feel like fighting it. So the door is finally finished. Well, not finished, but at least the cracks are filled in with wood filler. I'm going to wait until next week to sand that, because I don't want to do a little bit of sanding now and then have to do a whole lot of sanding next weekend. So I'm going to save all of that sanding for next weekend, and hopefully by then I'll be able to test fit the door, make sure that it fits and everything and whatnot. I'll get the other trim pieces put onto the door, which will be great. And then after that, I'll be able to finally see how my door looks hung up. I gotta keep reminding myself that I need to get shims, but I will be using shims to balance that out, to make sure that it is level, plumb, and all of that good stuff. And then we can properly hang the door. I am going to hang the door level with the top, because that just seems to make the most sense to me. So hopefully, and if I install flooring, it'll be at the top of the door, so I don't have to worry about it dragging along the floor. Hopefully. Um, I'm also going to try and see if I can't find some decent looking pallets that I can recycle to make these steps on my porch, because it's another project that I really want to get into. They won't be high steps, they got to be level with the porch, but I will like dig out a little space to make steps for the porch, because I like the idea of steps. It'll be easier uh, than taking one big step onto the porch. Not that the porch is too high right now, but I have seen what it looks like when it rains and the water gets pretty high. So probably having some steps right there would be kind of nice. Uh, I don't really have too many big projects planned yet until I get the bonus room started and the kitchen space. I will be looking for cabinets for the kitchen space that I can customize for the things I need to customize it for, like the oven, and one or two custom cabinets for the microwave and like a drawer thing I plan on doing. I'll show you guys those plans later. So yeah, I think that's all I really have planned for today. Yeah, that's all I have planned for today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Please check out my Patreon if you guys haven't done so already. It only takes $1, and I will be uploading my first poll. If not this week, then the 9th, because I do try to update my Patreon every 9th of the month, and I will probably have random subsequent updates throughout the month if I remember to do so. I'm not a social media. I'm not very good at keeping up with social media, but I am trying. Um, and I'll also be uploading all of my older video clips, the unedited ones, because they kind of count as bloopers, at least to me. So I will be uploading those to Patreon very soon once I figure out exactly how I want to do that. I just finished sorting them all out because a lot of them were not dated. So there's that. I don't think there's anything else I'm going to be adding to Patreon yet that I know of. But yeah, so that's all I got. Until next time, see you guys.